Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just a body punches? I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Gibbs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
DVLC Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ. It's the champ. It's the champ with the fake champ.
It's the champ, ladies and gentlemen. The champs of the boxing podcast, TBV. We are in the building. Hashtag TBV podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to be talking a little bit of boxing. Oh my God, I can't believe this breaking news. It's all over the headlines, all over Twitter. Social media is on fire. Manny Pacquiao, Mr. Pac-Man himself, is back in action. It's not Terrence Crawford. It's not Vasyl Lomachenko at a catchweight. Jeff Horn, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Horn is going to be taking on Manny Pacquiao.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Don't worry. We got you covered. Michael Caparelli did a great job. I want you to head on over to our YouTube channel and check out our video with Jeff Horn. It's Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. It's our own little version of 24/7. Go ahead and check it out. And definitely learn a little bit about Jeff Horn. I know a lot of guys that are going to call in today. That number 1-425-569-5241. They may not know this guy's 2012 Olympian. Let's see if our hipster knows any of that. Matt, what's going on, my friend? I know that your stomach has to be turning as you weren't too excited about this when it was first originally announced, but is it starting to set in that this is what we're getting?
That this is a reality that we have to face as boxing fans? Yes, it is finally setting in because it's finally official. Like, there's going to be a press conference literally in an hour and a half due to, time difference in Australia. And I'm sitting here. It's 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm just like, fuck it. Like, this is boxing. It's happened before, I guess. I'll accept it because I'm going to watch it. You know me. I'm going to watch it. I'm too much of an addict. I can't stop watching it. But I'm not happy about it. This isn't what I wanted. And if you want to know how really I feel about Jeff Horn in this matchup, watch the earlier shows that we did a couple days ago, because this is bullshit, but we have to deal with it. But that does not, because a lot of people have been like hitting me up on Twitter and everything like that, saying like, oh, how can you be so disrespectful, like blah, blah, blah. And like, hold on here. I don't think that Jeff Horn's a bad fighter. I have no disrespect towards Jeff Horn. I thought Jeff Horn was probably going to face like a Saddam Ali, a Jesse Vargas, maybe like a Sammy Vasquez type of level of opponent this coming year, because I think he is, top 20, top 30. He is that good. But this is Manny Pacquiao, man. Like, this is a legend, and this is a legend that has always strived for greatness, and I want him to continue to strive for greatness. And this isn't greatness. So I'm not disrespectful towards any of the fighters here. Pacquiao's a legend. Horn's a great up-and-comer. But this fight's shit. Let's admit it. Let's move on.
I'm the casual of the group.
Yeah, casualness, man.
So when Michael finished up the video and, did his interview with Jeff Horn and his trainer, and I pressed play, I was blown away.
It was an awesome video. If you haven't seen it, definitely go to YouTube /ThaBoxingVoice and check it out, because Mickey did an awesome job, man. Like, that thing is 24/7 worthy. I think more promoters should have videos like that.
I want him to call in because he spent so much time with Horn.
Yeah, he was in camp with him.
Yeah. Let me see. Can you call? So I am kind of interested. And it's because of the video, the interview, the whole little 24/7 montage that Mickey did. I'm interested. They gave me information I didn't know. I'm not a hipster. I'm not going to act to be, you know, a genie with all the answers. I didn't know that this guy was a 2012 Olympian. I didn't know that he was in the same class with Earl Spence, and that I wish I had the audio. You're going to have to check the video. But the way his trainer tells it, he was no different than Earl Spence. So basically he's like, when guys like our very own Matt are getting upset and turning their nose up, like, who's this guy? How is he fighting Pacquiao?
It's not about who's this guy. It's on the relative level of where he's at. Because I've watched Jeff Horn. Because, you know, I'm the editor of the Boxing Voice, so I see all of like Mickey's articles. Because Mickey was writing about this guy months and months ago. He was writing about Jeff Horn 6 months ago as a possible opponent for guys like Earl Spence, guys like Kell Brook, because he is ranked highly in these respective sanctioning bodies. So I've obviously done tape study on him. I've seen his fights against Randall Bailey, Ali Foneka, you know, and all of his other clips that I've seen. And the guy is a good prospect, but again, he's fighting Manny fucking Pacquiao. And Jeff Horn has been knocked down several times throughout his career already. So you don't think a guy like Manny Pacquiao, who's a southpaw, won't be able to slip a jab by Jeff Horn, land that left straight, rock him, and then follow up even if Jeff Horn gets up, because Jeff Horn does get up. Even if Jeff Horn gets up, you don't think Manny Pacquiao is going to be able to really light this guy up? Because if you watch the tape, he's there to be lit up.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, again, you guys got to definitely check out that interview, because the trainer and Horn himself both say that they mimic their style after Pacquiao, that they actually have trained to be just like Pacquiao, that they have probably an even higher output. Now, you've watched this guy. Is any of this true, or are these guys lying?
Yeah, they're lying, man. Like, I think a great comparison is like a Jesse Vargas. Honestly, I think he is a very orthodox fighter. He stands very tall. What he does do very well is when he throws like 2 or 3 feints, he'll land the next 2 punches he throws almost every time. But he doesn't do that consistently enough. Like, there are definitely parts of his fights where I'm like, this guy is a good prospect. No doubt. But he's definitely not on the level of a Manny Pacquiao yet. He's not even on the level of a Kell Brook, a Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. Like I said, a Sammy Vasquez, a Saddam Ali type of opponent would have been really good in the later half of this year. But unfortunately, this hot prospect, who all you guys are apparently a fan of now, is going to get wrecked by Manny Pacquiao, which could ruin his career.
Or he'll shock the world, and Bob is smarter than you.
That's a possibility. And
he's got a market in Australia.
I mean, maybe. Again, I just don't see this guy being better than a Jesse Vargas. And if Jesse Vargas can shock the world, how can he?
Well, remember, no one knew Pacquiao until he became Pacquiao. Samson Lewikowicz found him and brought him. You know, look at Gennady Golovkin. Today at the press conference, Tom Loffer was saying how he went to HBO and Showtime numerous times and nobody was interested until Peter Nelson came into play in HBO. So, you know, you just never know who's the next star.
True, and but then again, we've seen him against at least somewhat of name opponents in a way. Like, we've seen him against Randall Bailey, a 41-year-old Randall Bailey, and Bailey put him down,
and he
gave him the stanky leg.
He got up.
He did, but that's also because it's Randall Bailey.
Yeah,
so, but if Randall Bailey can Bailey can land a shot on him, what do you think Manny Pacquiao is going to be able to land?
Yo, people don't normally stop Randall Bailey.
But at his age, come on, man. Like, he couldn't take the shots anymore. Come on, like, everyone has a limit.
Well, let's get out to these phone lines. Let's see what the streets think. Joey.
Yo, what's up, Nes? How you doing?
All right. You buying this pay-per-view?
Hey, Nes, I really it's gonna be pay-per-view or regular TV?
I'm not sure yet.
Hold on. Joey, you want me to give you some quotes right now? From the good old Bob Arum? He said, our preference is to have it free for customers in the United States. But if that's not possible, if nobody will step up to the plate and do it, it's not only HBO. Then what we do is maybe put some of our fighters from the United States and do a split site type of event and put it on pay-per-view. So far, and most likely in the press conference, we will hear some sort of definitive answer on this, hopefully. But this could end up on pay-per-view for us, guys.
That would
I
be
won't do it.
disappointing.
Yeah, probably not, man. Hey, Ness, but real quick, who's the guy that made that video for you? I just got done watching it again. I want to give him a shout out on your page. That 10-minute long interview.
Yeah,
You
it's
just uploaded.
Mickey Caparelli. He's been with us for a while now. He's our Australian correspondent.
That's dope.
Yeah, he's
'cause
done
that
phenomenal
really gave
work.
me some insight, man. Yeah, because I had no knowledge of Jeff. I was calling him Joe Horn for the longest, but Jeff Horn. But I really like the trainers sound confident in the mug, and I just gave me a little
Super
bit better
confident,
insight. So at
right?
least it's got me. Huh?
Super confident, that
Was that
trainer.
Yeah.
We talking about he training him after
confident. He likes that
Pacquiao.
trainer. And I mean, I like the demeanor that I saw in Jeff Horn too. You know, so I mean, it got me. Watching that video just got me interested now. Whereas before I was just like, man, I don't know about this. So at least it did its due. It got me interested in wanting to see more. But if it's on free TV, you know, HBO or whatever, I don't have any issue with it. But if we do pay-per-view, man, there's too many bigger fights that, you know, I have to put ahead of this one. But shout out again to that guy who did that 10-minute long interview, man. That was great. And you know, so I can't believe it got made this quick, though, Ness. I didn't think it was ever going to make it this quick. It seemed like today there was a lot of big fights, either press conferences or just fights announced. So, I mean, it looks like Manny wants to stay busy. And maybe right off the top, what do you guys think the fight's going to be at? Here in the States or out there?
No, it's definitely going to be in Australia. It is definitely going to be in Australia.
Yeah, it's definitely in Australia. The details are Dean Lorgan of Duco Events definitely pulled a flea flicker on the world right here, getting his Australian prospect Jeff Horn to have a pay-per-view fight versus Manny Pacquiao. I mean, it's weird, but they're gonna announce it today, but in Brisbane at 3:30 p.m. New Zealand time. So hopefully Joey from New
That'd be
Zealand.
1:30 p.m. local time, in case you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man, honestly, Ness, that'd be dope if like ESPN could pick it up. I mean, I just think it'll help.
I agree.
Meetings and all, but man, pay-per-views is going to be rough. But I don't see how ESPN could afford. I mean, they know they can afford it, and it's Manny Pacquiao. So I'm really hoping that they can come in, because I would hate for it to be a pay-per-view, because then Bob's probably going to want to put like Crawford on the United. If you're talking what you just said, Matt, he's probably going to want to do Crawford in the United States.
There's no way they're going to afford both guys on that billing. There's no way Bob Arum can afford both guys on that billing.
Joey, they're naming the Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane as the
which can seat 50,000 people.
Mm-hmm. 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 The fighting.
Joey, so you're not. Hold on, Joey, you're not going to buy this if it's pay-per-view, right?
Man, I can't say never with me, man. I mean, you're talking to the guy who picked Brooke to beat Golovkin, man. So anything's possible.
Hold on. How about this? Do you think it's worth the pay-per-view? Do you think it's worth $60?
It's not worth the $50. No.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm doing a tally. I'm doing a tally of all the callers. I'm going to ask you all that.
My base wasn't good enough.
But then again, man, I just pay-per-views just pissing me off lately, man. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad at Manny. I mean, at least he's not fighting the same. What's the word I want to use here? The same fighters over and over. You know, just like the brand.
Yeah, he did that already.
Hey, Joey, hold up. If it was Marquez 5, would you rather have that than Jeff Horn?
Hell no, man. Get out of here, Matt.
Come on. Are you seriously? You rather have Jeff Horn than Marquez 5?
You really want Marquez in the ring with a fucking a walker or a wheelchair or a fucking crutch? This guy's crazy.
Well, if he's healthy, permitting. Like, come on. Like, you'd rather see Jeff Horn than
No way, man.
I think I would.
Oh my God. You guys,
I think I would.
you guys
Yeah,
are
I know,
into
man. I just that one.
SMS. SN,
But
yeah,
Ness, I'll
SNM.
tell you what though, I am interested. I am interested in Jeff Horn after watching that video. So I will be doing some more research and watching some of his fights. So that video did do what it do, man. It got me interested. So that's a plus, you know. So we'll see what happens, man. But you know, I'll be listening in, guys, and thanks for the show, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Joey. Joey just got a
Ness.
whole bunch of time. Everybody's gonna get mad because everybody after Joey's getting 30 seconds. We are out of here. I got a lot of video to edit. I put up. I did do a lot, so we got a lot. If you think that was something that we just posted, we got a lot more coming out. I mean, some big headlines. I'm telling you. You had something to say, Matt.
Is it worth it or not worth it? I'm tallying everyone up, man.
What?
The pay-per-view. If it's pay-per-view, is it worth the $60?
No, not unless
Okay.
they come up with a strong undercard, because just a storyline or the fact that Horn could be the next guy that we didn't know, that's not enough for me.
If it was a similar undercard to what they have with the Jesse Vargas card, would that be good enough? No, it has to be better than that. Okay, just curious.
Yeah, I'm not.
Let's go to me.
Either. I mean, let's talk.
Yo, media reaction. I mean, I'm not paying for it. I would never pay for it. It's not worth it. I
That's
just
my
think
boy.
in the context
Thank
of
you.
Pacquiao's career, if he fights this guy, regardless of his his record, whatever, if he fights this guy and then takes another fight, and then that leads to Crawford, it was worth the journey. But other than that, I'm not paying for this. That's it, fellas.
All right, I mean, thank you for calling in. Man, I love having a producer, and I love my alumni.
They call me Black Superman.
Hello.
Wow, compa.
Hello.
Matthew is dropping the ball.
Was that compa? Oh, my bad, man.
Talk to me, compa. Talk to me.
Hey, yo, what up? Hey, what up, Matt? What up, Ness? Man, I just want to
What's
say,
up, compa?
your reaction. I mean, it ain't a big deal. It ain't a big deal to me, man. You know, Pacquiao's an OG. He's a legend. So, I mean, people shouldn't be getting mad at him for this fight. I mean, if it's pay-per-view, just don't buy it. Fuck it. And, hey, man, you got to stop saying that he's ducking Crawford, man. He ain't ducking Crawford, man.
Compa, come on, man. You don't believe that.
Oh, come on, man. Crawford's ducking Diaz Dylan, man. What's up?
Oh, I'll agree with you there. Terrence Crawford is ducking Felix Diaz. I'll definitely agree with that.
He ain't say Felix Diaz.
Nah. I'm talking about Danny Swift Garcia. Hey, but that's it. Boxing Voice. Good looking out with the show. Thumbs up, everybody.
All right, compa. Thanks for calling in. 714, you're live on TBV. Who's this?
This is a first-time caller.
First time caller. How long you been listening?
For a long time. I just love boxing. I found you guys. I got my 30 seconds, so straight from the streets of Anaheim, California, 714, making his debut. I'll make it quick for everyone else.
What's your name?
I actually do. I go like, yes, sir, Mr. Yes, sir.
Mr. Yes, sir, from Anaheim.
Yes. I actually do think this is a really good fight. As for boxing itself, you got a champion versus number two. Number two ain't a proven opponent, but it's a good fight as in that way for boxing. $60, maybe HBO pick it up. But I actually do think Crawford is the one. I know I jumped the subject, but I think it's Crawford who don't want to fight with Pacquiao. He's the WBO champ. All he has to do is drop that and say, hey, I'm going up to 147, cut in front of everyone to fight him. He never said that. He ain't doing it. And that's my call. Thank you, and I'll be calling again. Have a good one.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in for sure. And I want to say I don't understand why everybody's so mad. I mean, you know how many times I've heard Mayweather detractors say they wish he took on a young undefeated guy. I mean, Horn is that.
And those criticisms were deserved. Like that's the thing. Like, just because we criticize Mayweather doesn't mean we can't criticize Pacquiao. We can criticize all these top guys.
Yeah,
we can
but
criticize every single one of them for the same reason.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like an oxymoron. You criticize one guy for not fighting undefeated fighters, and the other guy you criticize him for fighting too many undefeated fighters.
Who do you ever criticize for fighting too many undefeated fighters?
Manny Pacquiao.
Who have you ever?
Manny Pacquiao is being criticized right now for taking on this young undefeated lion.
It's not about the undefeated record. Come on, Ness. Like, hey, when you give me shit for using and throwing around that term undefeated, like that meant everything. You give me shit that like last week. Come on.
Let's see, did you do it right this time?
They call me Black Superman.
What's up? What's going on with you fellas? Been a minute.
What's going on, brother?
Real quick, I'm gonna get into it. Nothing much. I can't listen, man. As boxing fans, and I'm big a boxing junkie as anybody. I used to watch the tough man shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you got gloves on, you gonna lace them up, I'll watch it. But I'm tired of paying for bullshit, man. This is not a pay-per-view fight. Not saying that it's not a fight that I mean, I think there are other fights that could have been made. Is this the worst fight that could have been made? No. But to make us pay for it, man, that's bullshit. We got to start speaking with our wallets. We got to start making these people understand they can't just stick it to us like they've been doing over the past, 15, 20 years or so, man. So I won't be buying it for pay-per-view. As far as Pacquiao, I mean, I would like to see him fight somebody else, but I mean, this dude, he's earned his right to take a soft touch, in my opinion. So if you consider this a soft touch, then to me, he's earned that. He's been in tough over the last, 12 years fighting top guys and bigger guys, even though he was shrinking them down and stuff. But I mean, that's the way I see it. I'm not paying for it.
Black Superman, thank you for calling in, brother. It's been a long time, man. Don't be a stranger. We're going to our ringer. Remember, you can become a ringer yourself. Head on over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to find out about all our rewards, like the ringer. Unfadable, what's going on, brother? What are you thinking about this fight? Pacquiao officially fighting Jeff Horn in Australia.
Is it a great fight? Of course it's not a great fight, but it's a good, stay busy fight. When you think about it, there's 7 continents on this planet, right? When you have one continent bidding for your services to come fight for them, it's a global icon attraction, and right now the buzz in Australia is already going crazy. They said this is going to be the biggest fight in boxing in 100 years since Jack Johnson fought in the early 1900s, So is it like a fight that's going to change the ranking really much? No, because the top 10 guys, they're all busy with each other already. Jeff Horn, he's number 2 behind Tim Bradley in the WBOs. So it's basically like a man.
He's not the number 2 welterweight.
To me, honestly, yeah.
He's not top 10
in the sanctioning body. He's number 2 behind.
But I'm talking about the sanctioned bodies. I'm talking about the division overall. He's not top 10.
Yeah, but he only has to be ranked in his division for Pacquiao to justify him. You know it, I know it. Knock it off.
I know it, but don't we want to promote the best fighting the best? And this is the prime example of the best not fighting the best.
This is one of the best available, politics is, included.
But it's Bob Arum. He just worked with Al Heyman. He works with Oscar now. There is no issues with promoters now. Come on, with Bob Arum, he works with everyone. That's not an excuse anymore for Bob Arum.
All the other top 10 guys are busy. All the other top 10 guys are busy. Keith is fighting DSG.
What about Lamont Peterson? That's even better.
Porter's not going to fight next.
Sean Porter doesn't have a fight.
Peterson is not going to sell 50,000.
Andre Berger doesn't have a fight.
Matt, you got to be more than a hipster here, or whatever it is that you're trying to be. You got to understand that a B-side has to have something. You can't just say, what about Lamont? Where are they going to do the fight? In D.C.? Because that's the only place that fucking Lamont draws. That's you're answering your own questions. I mean, if you want to be known as the guy that's the weirdo.
I don't care about the draw. I'm sorry. Okay. But I don't care about who makes the money. I want the best find the best.
Let me just finish up real quick. Honestly, I really want to see Crawford get one more big fight first in the summer. To us, we know how good he is, but the mainstream, they don't know who Crawford is. You know, a regular fan who likes basketball and football, they don't know who Terrence Crawford is. To me, Terrence Crawford should seek the Broner fight after Broner wins. He needs to do what Floyd did when Floyd fought Zab back in the day. Obviously, back then, Floyd was undefeated and the champ, but he needed to steal Zab's fame. The people love Zab. The streets love Zab. Brooklyn loves Zab. When Floyd beat Zab, he took that casual base, which would be Broner's World Star, Instagram, Twitter fan base. You combine that with the hardcores that us who like Terrence Crawford, then you set the super fight with Pacquiao in November, then that fight will really be a super fight. Because if you fight them right now in the spring, Terrence Crawford's in jail right now. There is no hype for that fight at all. But if Crawford gets a big win like against Broner, takes those casual fans, mixes it with his hardcores, they have the super fight in November. Then you're
Unfaded.
You really sell
Let me get to some other callers, brother. It's supposed to be 30 seconds, but I do want to interrupt you to tell you that I'm not 100% sure Crawford's in jail. He just posted a picture.
He's not in jail right now.
Yeah, he posted a picture on Instagram showing that he was a proud father. His son had won some amateur boxing awards. But yeah, stick around though, Unfaded. We could possibly come back. Let me see. We went to Black Superman. We got to go to Marcus in DC. Talk to me.
Yo, the fight is what it is, man. Pacquiao just had a championship fight. Yeah, I can say what they want about Jesse Vargas. He was a champion. And, you know, if he's taking Jeff Horn at 50,000.
It's a paper belt, though.
It was good arena. Huh?
It was a paper belt, though. He fought Saddam Ali for the WBO belt. That's all I'm saying.
You say it again, Matt?
Jesse Vargas was a paper champion. He fought Saddam Ali for a vacant belt.
Adrian Broner fought what did he fight? Korobov or Abdus Malaya?
Akhabib or whatever. Yeah, but again, that's another good point. Like,
if you
Broner has a paper
belt. If you're going to say that, you got to rail against half the people in boxing. If you're going to say that, because that's people coming off of losses getting championships. So you can say
at least Adrian Broner is known to being a great fighter within 140 pounds. Jesse Vargas' best win was Saddam Ali, and Saddam Ali was unproven, and that was for a vacant belt. You know, I'm just saying, like, there's more context and nuance with that belt.
Best win was Peter Quillen. Daniel Jacobs' best win was Peter Quillen. You still talking about? I mean, you giving him credibility strictly because of that, right? His best win was still one dude, one fight. That's how most people do. They get their best win in one fight. So
okay.
Neither here nor there. The whole thing is that he fought a championship fight. Whoever the other people wanted to put as a champion, he fought a champion. So, you know, if he takes Jeff Horn, it's not the best fight I wanted to see. Of course not. I'm not paying it for pay-per-view, but I mean, it is what it is. And we know his time schedule. He gets 2 fights a year now because he vowed not to miss nothing. So, you know, the opponents have to match up with his April and October or November date that he got available.
Yeah, but the next opponent after Jeff Horn is Ricky Burns. That's what they're talking about.
That's not Ricky Burns.
Marcus, got to get to some other people. We going to 310. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, man? As a boxing fan, these are the type of fights that are making.
Who's this, sir? Who's this?
Second fiddle. Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Brian. I'm from San Francisco, California.
Brian?
Yeah, Brian.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So my initial reaction, these are the types of fights that are killing boxing. There is no interest from the general public to watch Manny Pacquiao fight second-class fighters, third-class fighters. Why don't they match him up with the Canelo at catchweight? Why don't they match him up with Adrian Broner?
Definitely agree. The Broner name is sexier for me. I would have more interest in that.
I don't agree with the Canelo name purely because of the weight, though.
I know, but I mean, really, this fight it's terrible for a boxing standpoint. If you want to get the general public involved, because they always say boxing is a business, why don't you put big names against big names? And I think for boxing to be big after the Mayweather-Pacquiao era, they're going to have to cross over with other promotional companies. I mean, Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, that's a sexy fight. People would want to tune into that. I mean, don't you agree that eventually these welterweights are going to have to cross over and fight each other?
Definitely. Listen, Brian, I'm going to get to some other callers. We're doing this is an immediate reaction show, so we don't give the normal 3 minutes. But thank you for calling. We got you down. So we look forward to hearing more of your calls. But yeah, I mean, I've been calling for welterweights to cross over. The hardest part is to get top-ranked welterweights to play nice with others. That's really the issue. Ali from Dago, talk to us.
Hey, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
Another day, another podcast.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, as a Pacquiao fan, man, I'm objective, and I don't like this fight. I agree 100% with the last caller. You know, it's about the name. I mean, this guy hasn't done anything. Yes, he's undefeated, and he's probably known in this country, but he hasn't beaten anybody. I understand he's number 2 by the IBF. I get WBO or whatever. I understand all that. But he hasn't done nothing. Like, he hasn't faced any top competition. So to just automatically jump to a Manny Pacquiao fight, I think that's unfair to other fighters. You know, and I don't know, man. I don't like the fight, but it's here. And I know as a fight gets closer, as much as I don't like it, but being a hardcore fan, I'm going to be interested in the fight. I think that's just how it is with hardcore fans. You can hate a fight, but the closer it gets, you're like, hey, it's here. I want to see it. I'm interested. Let's see what happens, you know. So, you know, but 100%, I don't like the fight. But it's happening, and I think Pacquiao's going to destroy this guy. And that's basically all I got, man.
Ali, thanks for keeping it short and sweet. We're going to 832. You're live on TBV. Who's this? Oh, he ordering some drive-through. Yo, get me a grilled chicken.
Oh, what up, bro? My bad, man.
Who's this?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Who's this?
Jarvis from Houston.
Jarvis from Houston. Jarvis.
Jarvis from Houston.
I got you. Jarvis, let me get some spicy wings over there, man. What you ordering?
Oh, man, come on, man. My bad, man.
It's all good.
Basically what I wanted to say, I think the problem with basically what I wanted to say, Nick, let me get you back up and put it up. All right, man. Basically what I wanted to say was, I think the problem with boxing is just the money issue. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, these boxers want to get paid. Everybody greedy, you know, and just like I feel like I want to see the Pacquiao versus Crawford too, but the man wants $7 million, and it's hard to say that man don't deserve the $7 million because he is.
No, he doesn't.
2 titles, and he feel like he undefeated. He do got 2 titles, don't he?
Yes, he does. WBC.
Ain't he trying to unify?
Yeah, but he didn't ask for $7 million.
Oh, well, for what I'm understanding, he was asking for $7 million. And Pacquiao, I know that's a dangerous fight. I feel like it's a 50-50, but he knows it's a dangerous fight. And I seen the interview with Freddie Roach, pretty much saying if they fight Crawford, they want the max. That's Pacquiao contract, $20 million, I guess, every fight. And if it's less competition, he's going to take less money. But if it's Terrence Crawford, they know the risk. They want that $20 million. And that's a little steep, but it is what it is. It's about money now. You know, that's why I say, man, I wish one person could take over boxing and put the best against the best. It's just getting ridiculous. And people always say they ain't fighting nobody, but let's just be real about it. A lot of these fighters ain't fighting nobody because it's about the money. You gotta get the money for them to fight. I don't feel like they ducking. I don't feel either one of them ducking each other. They just want to get paid.
Jarvis, I got to get to some other callers, Jarvis. This is a 30-second per caller. You guys are juicing me here. Compa, talk to me. You good? I'm better. N.O. Holla at me, N.O.
Hello.
What's up, compa? You back?
Ooh. Hello?
N.O. N.O.
Yeah, I'm right, Chuck. Look, check this out. Yeah, you can hear me? Look.
Yeah.
We got you, N.O. We got you.
We got you.
All right, look, check this out. Check this out, bro. Look, bro, it's not the fans' fault, bro. When guys like Mayweather, Pacquiao, Ward, Roy Jones back in the Gap, all the superstars in boxing. Once you make it to a certain level, next you can't fight no bombs, dog. That's just the way it goes. When you make it to a certain legendary level, we don't want to see you
against nobody but the best. That's what it is. That's what comes with it. If you don't want to be held under that standard, you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in that position. Now we got this dude here, Jeff Horn, with 16 fights. He don't have no gold medals in the Olympics. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about the amateur pedigree.
Earl Spence don't got no gold medals in the Olympics. Earl Spence ain't got no gold medals.
But he got experience though. He got amateur experience.
So does Jeff Horn.
He was on the team.
So was Jeff Horn.
Jeff Horn's on the Olympic team?
For Australia.
He on the Olympic team?
For Australia.
Man.
Yeah.
So he respected. So he was respected?
I mean, listen, I never heard of him, but
I know. Jeff Horn isn't bad.
Check this out,
what he did. He did what he did. Yeah.
Ness, hold on. Ness, who did he fight in the amateurs then? Give me that. Who he beat in the amateurs? That's somebody that's right now in boxing.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter because he made it to the second round just like Earl Spence. So it don't matter. He got eliminated.
Errol Spence. All right, check this out. Why Errol Spence don't get a title shot with 16 fights then? You understand?
Earl Spence is getting a title
Earl
shot.
Spence is actually really good. That's why. Earl Spence is really good. Jeff Horn's not really good, so that's why he gets a title shot.
Say, brother, you say Ness. I know you're trolling me right now. We gotta have entertainment for the show. Understand? We gotta make this shit exciting.
I'm just saying that we're too quick. We're too quick to judge. Like we don't even know this dude, and look at all that we found out in a matter of minutes. What he was able to accomplish.
Ness, this dude got 16 fights. Ness, he got 16
Earl
fights.
Spence got 16 fights, man. Earl Spence got 16 fights.
But he's not getting a shot at the top dog.
When Earl
he's not getting a shot at the top dog.
My man, when Earl had 16 fights, you guys were saying Keith Thurman was fucking ducking him, man. Come on.
Did he get the fight?
No,
Did he get the fight?
No, because he ain't signed to Bob Arum.
That's my whole point.
I know. I gotta go. It's getting late. GT Kid, what up? We ain't trying to stay up late. My eyes closed.
Man,
GT
I see
Kid.
this show up in my email, man, and I tell you what, this is dirtbaggery. I wish that Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez and Danny Garcia and Adrian Broner and all these other fighters that don't want to fight top-tier competition in their division, I wish they would just, I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, but from a boxing career standpoint, I wish they would all just blow away in a sandstorm and get buried somewhere, man, because this is just nonsense, and I can't even participate. I mean, Jesse Vargas was respectable. At 147, he was a champion. I mean, it's a respectable fight. It's not the best fight could be made, but this is just nonsense, man. I can't tolerate this. So, I mean, hopefully y'all enjoy the fight. I can't even watch it, man. So that's all I got.
GT Kid, thank you for calling in, my friend. Fish, South Jersey, one of our top commenters on YouTube. Fish, what's going on, brother?
Y'all appreciate that little intro. Yeah, as far as the fight, bro, I mean, it is what it is. What's it going to be, another ESPN pay-per-view or regular HBO? Which one you think it's going to be?
Man, it all depends on what HBO decides. I mean, if HBO passed on Jesse Vargas, if they jump on this, they crazy.
Yeah, and then another thing
unless
is,
they believe in Horn too.
Yo, I've been. Oh, check. Okay. But before you cut me, I've been looking into that Tiger Stream. How much should I be paying for a Tiger Stream, roughly?
Well, I mean, I think it's like 300 plus the 75 off or something like that, or 375 with the 75 off. I don't know. I know with the Boxing Voice code, you get $75 off.
Okay. I'm gonna need that code, brother.
But it's worth it, man. A couple of guys already got it. I know Fern Gully got his. Damn, somebody just hit me up yesterday, all the way in China too. He says he's gonna drop a 5-star review. But listen, Fish, I'm gonna get to some other callers. I want to thank you, obviously, for calling in. Yeah, yesterday I found out I was talking to a guy on Facebook that listens to the show all the way in China, and guess what? They don't even get to watch fights live over there because there's no boxing on TV. So he's getting a Tiger Stream so he could finally watch boxing on TV because he's always been watching it like on a laptop and stuff. That's crazy, man. But this show is amazing the way that we're international. We're going to get to our very own Michael Caparelli, a.k.a. Mickey, the gun. Mickey flying around all around Sydney, Australia, getting the good Jeff Horn footage. Jeff Horn. Before we go to Mickey, we're going to clear up the phone lines and get to Fahim. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. What's good?
What's up, brother?
Man, it's a shit fight for the hardcores, but, you know what I mean? If it come on regular TV and you got paid for it, you know what I mean? That could attract mad casual fans, you know, because everybody know Pacquiao's name. You know what I mean? And if he just go in there and blow this dude out and look like the Pacquiao of old, you know, that can draw them casual fans back to boxing. But if they trying to make people pay pay-per-view for it, that shit gonna fly. I don't give a fuck about this dude. I mean, the video's good and all that, but like, who the fuck is this dude though, man? For real, who he be?
Ali Funeka, Randall Bailey.
That's it.
And
Who the hell are they?
He's got a couple of undefeated fighters on his resume as well. You know what I'm saying? He's got a couple undefeateds.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Who he be? Who? You know what I'm saying? Who the hell is he? You know what I mean?
You heard his trainer. His trainer said those fighters he beat good as hell.
Yeah, well, that's what his trainer's supposed to say.
Trainer's obviously unbiased.
Listen, he's ranked 13 in the world, number 1 in Australia. He can't be that bad. He's enrolled in VADA.
He's not Manny Pacquiao level.
He's enrolled in VADA. You know what I'm saying? He's got power.
But there's other names that Pacquiao could have got that sound a little better.
Who?
You know
Who that's available? Who?
Felix the boy you just ducked. But we can't call it a duck because they ain't in the same division.
Exactly. Exactly. So that fight ain't even on the table. You heard Crawford. You heard Crawford. They ain't even
Ricky Burns is. But Ricky Burns is on the table.
Yeah.
That's another 140. That's another 140.
But like I was trying to say though, but if that whole 50,000 people arena, that could be a real selling point for the casual if it's on regular TV. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to tune into that because everybody knows Pacquiao.
Well, they're
if you don't
saying
watch box, you know that name. You know what I mean?
They're saying that this fight is supposed to be like the biggest fight in Australia ever. Like, that's
what I'm saying.
They just never seen boxing this big. So, like, if just Pacquiao fighting Horn is big, man, let him get it. Pacquiao's done enough.
Australia ain't one of these little ass European countries. Australia's a whole fucking continent, B. That's a lot of people. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother market. They about to cream off just on a gate.
But it is a market that also is not entirely massive on combat sports. It's a market that outlawed MMA until very recently. So I'm just saying, like,
Manny Pacquiao, they bringing Manny Pacquiao.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's the selling point for Australia. I'm trying to tell you.
And all they got to do is put Joseph Parker on the undercard file. Let me get to Mickey here, who did that excellent interview. Mickey, man, tell us about your time in Australia, obviously, over there with Jeff Horn, and how'd everything go before you get into all the details of the interview. But just was like, how is he, his height, his build, everything, man? Give us any detail you can.
Well, first of all, hi, TBV. Looking at Jeff Horn, he's about 5'8", and he's not overly big. Him and his team both think that they're bigger than Pacquiao, which might be true in terms of like size and frame and everything. He's like for someone's 5'8", he does look pretty sort of like stocky and well maintained. And yeah, look, and I know it's not the ideal fight for the hardcore fan, but in Australia this is going to be huge. This will be like pay-per-view here, and the arena at Suncorp Stadium will sell out, especially because it's in his hometown. And look, he is ranked number 2 by the WBO and IBF. So, if it was any other champion fighting someone that was as highly ranked, at least, it wouldn't be copying as much fight. It's because it's Manny Pacquiao that, people want to see him in one of his last hurrahs. But I think for Australian boxing, this is great. This will get so many people onto the sport here. People love Manny Pacquiao in Australia, so it'll be a big event over here. And, worst case scenario, you guys get it on cable over there. So, yeah, I mean, it was great. It was a nice gym. His trainer has his house, this massive house. It's like Tony Montana's house, and it's got like the gym in there. It's like the gym from Rocky 3, where Apollo's training in. It's a really nice sort of gym. So, Yeah, man. Look, this is
So
huge for
so
us.
wait a minute. Stop right there. So he's got the gym in his house, which means no
Like Canelo
sparring.
Alvarez status.
No. But that means no sparring unless you call them in. Did he give you the impression that he has the money already to hire or have, sparring partners come to his personal gym?
Look, I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, his trainer is literally a multimillionaire. He's been in the fight game for like 4 decades, but he's also an investment manager. So I don't think there'll be a shortage on sparring and funding, and especially now that that Duco have such a big fight coming to Australia now. So I'd imagine he would have sparring, and if anything, it'll be better because it'll be a lot more closed up from the rest of the world. You wouldn't driving through this neighborhood, you would not suspect that there's a boxing gym in there. I was when I was driving, I was expecting to see this little dingy boxing gym, but it wasn't like that at all.
Hey,
so
Mickey.
definitely have.
Were there other guys in the gym there, or was it just them two?
No. My impression was, because I got there about in the afternoon, so I think he had a session in the morning. So they kind of freed up the afternoon, because I was there about nearly probably 2 hours doing the video. So my impression was that he had the afternoon free to do that, and then the training was all done in the morning. Yeah.
Hey, Mickey, it's Matt. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what kind of pay-per-view buy rate are you expecting for this in Australia?
You know what? They don't really release numbers here like they do over there. I'd imagine it'll be huge. But a lot of people like to go to the pub to get drunk and watch the fight as well. So I'd imagine there'd be, I don't know, the selling would be about, if I had to guess, would be around $50, $60. And so I don't know how that affects numbers, but we'd have to just wait and see. Because
Now, you briefly mentioned that this fight could almost rejuvenate in a sense Australian boxing. Do you think that this fight, little kids watching this fight in Australia are now going to want to be boxers more often now because of this fight? Do you see that this fight having that big of an effect here?
Absolutely. No one would have, Pacquiao was retired a year ago, so this would have all seemed like a pipe dream, like a year ago when he announced his retirement. So I think definitely if any up and coming boxers would see this and definitely get inspired by it, and it'll definitely encourage people to either to take up the sport or who are already involved in the sport to continue pushing on with it. Absolutely.
His trainer, I didn't know he was a millionaire. Man, this just keeps getting more and more interesting. He seems so confident. Did you have to, how was the interview? Was it easy? Did you feel like you needed to coach him? Did you give him a couple of takes, or was that all one take? How was, how were they on camera, but really off camera?
Look, the trainer, Glenn Rushton, was a natural. I like to do 2 takes anyway, just for backup for audio and to see if I can get, if I have a choice to cut up a better take, I would. So I had about 8 questions for Jeff and about 5 for his trainer, but I had twice as much footage to cut up with his trainer because his trainer has no problem talking in front of a camera. So it was a very easy interview, and yeah, his trainer had a lot to say. I actually had to cut some bits out because I had to try and keep in the coherent story. But the reason his trainer's so confident is that, after his first amateur fight, he's had about just under 70 amateur fights. He had 66 amateur fights. He's been at the London Olympics. He made it to the quarterfinals, which, if I'm not mistaken, Errol Spence did something similar. And he reckons after his first amateur fight, they put him into state titles, which he won. And people sort of already from his third fight, already starting to take notice of him. And, and then in his 5th fight, he was fighting for a national title. So his career's been very fast tracked in terms of, from when he started, within 4 years, he made it to the Olympics. And when he first started, his trainer said, well, in 4 years, I'm going to get you to the Olympics. I'm going to get you to a world title. So they're halfway there already.
They sure are, Mickey. They sure are. Listen, I just want to tell you.
Real quick question. Do you have any idea what sort of time this fight would be at over there? Would it be during the midday? So would it be at prime time in the U.S. for the U.S. market? Or What sort of reaction?
It'll be on a Sunday over here, so you guys will get it probably Sunday morning, maybe. Because for some reason they do fights at weird times here. I remember when Anthony Mundine was having main events, so he was fighting on a Wednesday, which is just ridiculous. But from what I've seen, it's April 23rd. It's a Sunday, and I think they'll do it like a normal evening time, with probably like the main event starting at 10 p.m. So you guys are in New York are about 16 hours behind us. So I don't know what that works out to. It's like, I'm guessing it'll be early morning Sunday for you guys.
Okay.
Man, that's gonna be so weird. I mean, there was a time when I didn't think that they would do something like that, but then Bob went to China. But listen,
well, that's it. Like he said, he wants to take Pacquiao on a world tour. So I think this is one of the stops. Is Australia. I was looking at Europe, and yeah.
What sort of a shot do you give Horn? Because I'm just thinking, like, I know that Matt's really upset with this fight, but I'm wondering to myself, Bob's been here before. Does he see something that we don't see? I mean, not that we don't see. Obviously, we didn't get to see him. Did he have someone scouting this kid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Bob Arum was actually ringside for the Ali Faneka fight, and that was on the undercard of the Joseph Parker Andy Ruiz fight. So he was definitely there scoping Jeff out with the intention to possibly, get him to fight Pacquiao. I think because the fight is so sellable in Australia, it was an easy decision for him. It's not a high-risk fight for him compared to, say, fighting, a Keith Thurman or one of the top of the division. So he's like, let's just get a few fights in, at the tail of his career. Let's try and milk this a bit. But I think, Jeff Horn, he can fight. I'd say he's definitely one of the best prospects coming out of Australia right now. He's got good head movement. He's got good defense. He can take a punch. He got dropped by Bailey and then got up to stop him. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. It would have been good to see maybe him fight Jesse Vargas in an eliminator to see how he'll do there. And if he managed to pick up a win there, then at least that'll satisfy the hardcore fans in the US. But, it is what it is. I'm
No
not
time for
complaining because
that.
we're getting Manny Pacquiao in Australia. Exactly. So
No time for that. This one is official in a couple of hours. What time? How many more hours for you till they announce it over there? They're saying 3:30 your time.
yeah, so it's just before 2:30, so in about an hour.
Oh wow,
But
sweet.
the Fox Sports, it has been leaking everywhere. Like news people.
Did you get any
publishers and
commercials
stuff.
yet? Did you get any commercials or like your version of ESPN? Have they ran it on your version of ESPN?
I wouldn't do it that quick. I'd give that at least a couple weeks.
Damn, couple weeks. It's fucking
Yeah,
Manny
they were slow as shit
Pacquiao.
here.
You guys better
That's
stop
why you should
dragging
get me
your
out
feet.
there. I'll film one for him right now.
You gotta get back in
but-
there with Horn, man. This is gonna be big now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully, I can get accreditation for the fight or something, and then
Oh, of
I'll
course.
definitely fly over
Especially
there
if it's
for
a
it.
top ranked fight. It's no big deal.
Yeah, good. Well, yeah, working magic.
Well, Mickey, let me wrap it up here because I got a bunch of video. I'm actually literally publishing video as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. I've already put out some of the interesting interviews from the minds of the Gennady Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs middleweight madness clash taking place March 18th in Madison Square Garden. I released both a Abel Sanchez and a Rozier. So definitely head on over to the Boxing Voice YouTube, check those out and share those. Matt, let me get your final thoughts, man. It's time to wrap it up. Rappy.
Final prediction on this fight.
Prediction?
I
Damn,
think-
you're going there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like we can predict it. Like what? Like these guys aren't gonna make weight. They don't have a history of that, so I'm not worried about that. I think that Manny Pacquiao is gonna finish Jeff Horn within 9 rounds. Unlike Mickey, I don't think Jeff Horn has the greatest head movement. I think he has great footwork for a guy at 16-0. He has very excellent footwork. Like I said, when he works his feints, his offense is pretty decent, but I think he just gets tagged a lot. I don't think he does well in terms of backing up. He leaves his hands down way too much for me. So I just see Manny Pacquiao tagging him a lot. And if he's been knocked down numerous times already, what's a guy like Manny Pacquiao going to do to him? But it is going to be a big fight in Australia. And if it's pay-per-view here, it's not going to sell well. That's my final thoughts.
Algieri went down a bunch of times, you know.
Algieri's been proven as tough, though. He took Provodnikov. Jeff Horn has never faced anybody to the level of Provodnikov. Let's be real. Come on.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is, like, we need to see him take the shot. We don't know.
Like I said, like Mickey said, if he fought like a Jesse Vargas this year and beat a Jesse Vargas, I would be way more hyped about this bout because Jeff Horn was a hot level prospect. But again, I don't want to see hot level prospects skip that contender status because I think fighters should go through a natural progression. And Jeff Horn hasn't. And I wonder if that's going to adversely affect his career.
At least Algieri got that with the Ruslan fight. You know what I mean?
He got a title with that, a legit world title.
Well, my final immediate reaction was they really pulled it off. Somehow, they convinced us again. And I say us because I don't feel that any fight is finalized or legitimized without them thinking of the end goal, which is the consumer, which is you and I. And yeah, somehow they feel that the majority of us will not be upset. And there you have it. We have Pacquiao Horn soon to be announced in about an hour. So we decided to announce it for you guys a little sooner. Definitely a lot of video to go check out on the YouTube channel to keep you busy during your lunch breaks. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. You can find my editor at
Mixed Combat News on Twitter.
And we'll be back with another one whenever we are. Make sure you tune in, subscribe, and subscribe to YouTube, iTunes, and YouTube, right? That's the way you get the notifications. Later.